My name is Rosemary, and you are on the Ugandan Boy Talk Show.
Perfect.
I know, right? Shit. You know? Pew,
Got
pew,
it.
pew. 1, 2, 3. Shit. Okay.
Action. Hata kumena kale kamu.
I'm from a beautiful place, the Pearl of Africa. Hailing with a 256, it's in my blood. That's a gem where the mountains rise. With stories untold, the tapestry of cultures unfolding, so vibrant and bold. A symphony of stars, a celestial light. The drums beating, echoing through the night, just like a beacon of light. A reflection that's coming up from the Nile. I'm flowing straight into the heart of Africa with timeless stories untold. Shut up.
Welcome once again to the Ugandan Boy Talk Show podcast. We are dedicated to bring you stories of your favorite people around the world and from Uganda. And today we're very excited to have Rosemary Atim on the podcast. Rosemary, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Rosemary, I have a few questions that I want to start with before even I get into the conversation that we had. First, one of the questions, do you know how you ended up here in that seat?
Yeah, I know.
How?
How? The spirit led me here. A concept that's universal led me here because it's deeper than rap. Everything is connected. Yes. Yeah.
Do you know who recommended you to be on this podcast?
Kathy, Patra.
Yeah, Kathy
Yeah,
Patra.
she's my girl. She's my girl.
Do you know or do you remember when we were supposed to have this recording?
Yeah, I remember. Sometime last year, but one. Yeah.
Actually, I was doing my prep for this conversation, and I went back in my archives, and I still have the conversation I had prepared to record. The time was supposed to record, and the date on that is July 1st, 2023.
Oh shit. Okay, but at least I showed up.
At least we finally got it. It was almost gonna be a year, but no matter what, usually I like to say it's always timing. There's time for everything. You never know, because maybe this is the perfect time for us to have this conversation, and if we had it then, it might not have been as great as it's gonna be today.
True.
So how have you been? How's life?
Me, I'm alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been alive basically. I've been self-discovering and coming to realizations. Yeah, basically just realizing a lot of things that I had not realized in the past. So self-discovering and now trying to live to my greatest potential as a being. Yeah.
You mentioned a line that I really like. I think Pitbull said it. Pitbull, the artist, he says, "Any day above ground is a great day." So, any day you're above ground is always a great day.
Yeah, I mean, death is not bad either. So, it depends. Yeah.
What is it?
Yes. So it's like as if like you must be above ground. Like you mean alive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're above ground, you're alive. So yeah, you're not dead.
But even if you're dead, it's still okay because it's peace.
I don't know. I've never been dead, so I can't.
True. Anyway.
Maybe we can ask people who there's some people who used to give testimony about Fanewazuki. People who
Yeah.
go to
By
hell
the way,
and
and
come
they
back.
came
Maybe
back and
they can tell us.
they'll tell us.
Yeah, they can come here on the podcast and tell us. But anyway, and no matter what, regardless of everything, I'm excited to have you here, have a conversation with you. It's pretty funny that when you are telling me, so what's the procedure or what do I prepare for? I usually tell my guests there's nothing to prepare for.
Just come.
Actually, Princess.
One time. Do you know it's like legit? Like it's the DNA thing.
Oh,
Like,
really?
people think it's like, you know how Cisco calls himself Cisco? Or like, you know, people think but it's for real. I am from a royal clan. So that's why I call myself actually Princess.
I like that you're proud of that too. Like, you guys greet Kopango.
Kope, yes, Kopango Kope. Itieni. Those are the vibes.
I did my research a little bit, so that's the only thing I know in Acholi.
But actually, my mom is a Munyankole, so there's also a Gandhi, Wasibota. So I'm like a cocktail there. Those vibes, yes.
Rosemary, the first time I've ever seen you, I've never seen you in person, But the first time I've seen you on TV
right
was in the NTV dance competition, Hotsteps.
2008. Oh my God.
2008.
I'm
I was
old.
watching Hotsteps. And I was your number one fan. Actually, no, I was watching. I wasn't watching.
Oh,
I was watching.
Man, Hotsteps. Yeah, Hotsteps changed my life. I was 16 at that time. I was very bored. As for vacation, and NTV advertised, and I joined, and the rest is history.
Were you a dancer before, like before Hotsteps?
I believe I was a dancer from the beginning, because I believe like those gifts you're born with, and then you begin to expand on them as you grow older. Yeah, but I was a dancer, like, of course, because I love to dance. Then later on, after Hotsteps, I professionalized it. I did a Bachelor's of Arts in Dance at Makerere, so that the society can see that you are now a professional dancer. Yeah, but before Hotsteps, I always loved to engage in dance from school, primary. Yeah, so when NTV brought that up, it was a good opportunity to like explore.
I don't remember very well, and you can remind us. Was the competition was it separate for the female and the guys, or all of you were dancing together?
Actually, it was both, but like it's funny because at the finals I was not like I was so into the thing passion, like for passion, in that I forgot like the concept of the first runner up, the winner, and me I was just like, oh fine, I'm the best girl, okay fine, whatever. But it was actually both, but the way they announced like best girl, then first runner up, then the winner, but it was a general. Yeah, because even when they were judging us, they would not judge females and males separately. They would judge, so it was both, yeah.
Which is weird, not weird, but like usually now, no, maybe I'm wrong. Because I was going to think about like some dance competitions that I've watched where they do like girls separate and the guys separate. But there was another guy who went to the finals. What's his name? He had dreads. I don't remember.
Antonio.
What was his? Antonio, yeah.
Yo,
and
let me tell you, Antonio Boca.
Yeah.
Antonio is now he has a master's degree in dance, and he's a professional lecturer, dance lecturer in Australia, I think. And the man has 3 babies. He's married. He took dance to another level.
I saw one of his interview. I think this guy hosted him, or one of Holocaust or some. I don't know. Maybe that's when I saw him, because he came back to Uganda at some point. And he did an interview that I watched. So you mentioned something like Hotstep changed your life. How did it change your life?
In terms of exposure and network, because then I met Ronnie Obsessions. And after S6, I joined Obsessions for 3 years. The members of Tabu Flow I originally met in Hotsteps. Antonio, Philip, Bui, VC, Gavin, we were all in Hotsteps. So those networks also I met from Hotsteps. And then also through VC, I met Steve Jean, who gave me my first gig, Blue 3. I did my first music video was Blue 3. Let's Get Together. And I got that from Steve, who I met through VC, who I met through. So it was just, everything just got in sync. And then I also got the opportunity to understand the business of dance, because, you can dance, but like, how do you monetize it to like, and add value to it? Because they had been dancers forever, right? But like, the idea of the product packaging, branding, so that, you can have like a way of surviving in the industry to continue to be relevant, even if it's what? And also to have a standard, because I realize people don't have standards, Yeah. Yeah, like you'll find there are dancers who are focusing on dance theater. They travel, they do theater shows, they do community work, they do fitness. So I realized through that experience, dance is actually wider than what we think. It's not only music videos. Yeah.
And like when we were growing up, when people saw, I would say most of the parents, when they saw people dancing in music videos, they think they're like spoiled kids. Spoiled. Chimansulo. How were you able to navigate through that with your family, friends, and being like, are they the ones they call video vixen? No, not video vixen.
People
who dance in.
Exactly.
Okay.
Actually, I had my own fair share of experience because, hey, now mine was, how can I explain? Like, I think I'm the child that has tested my parents the most. Because first of all, like, I'm the one that, they call it, they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's me that proved that with them, because it was me that started to predispose the artistic abilities compared to other children. Then it's me that challenged that narrative, because I said, I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I'm going to do dance. And then they thought maybe I'm going to just be dancing, chilling, like, I don't know, bars, those vibes, until I started to travel. I'm telling you, we have an episode on CNN, African Voices, we're on CNN, Awilo Longomba is calling, those vibes. So yeah, it's like, and then I did the bachelor's degree in dance. So I think, change is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And sometimes, like right now, how children are, especially right now in the era of social media, I feel like we are in touch with our emotional self, and our parents were not like that. So for them, when you tell them, I want to do this, it's like, are you mad? Like, no, you can't. But it's like, what do you mean I can't? Like, yet for you can do what you want. Yeah. So for them to transition to that side of accepting and listening and actually considering other people's opinions, actually not in, taking part in emotional validation is something that my parents, I think, was struggling with.
Yeah.
That's why. And it's funny because my grandmother had a dance troupe in Bushenya, and actually Museveni bought her a van. So now the granddaughter wants to dance and you're acting like you have amnesia. Well, you get, like, it's in our family. Like,
so did they finally accept it and they were good with it?
I think that for me, my purpose was deep. It's something that you just had to adapt and align yourself with. I don't know if it makes sense. It's like people who are trying to fight me were fighting an invisible force. Like, there was nothing you could do to stop it. If you don't understand it, just wait for it. But, like, of course, they tried to challenge me, but in the end, I mashed it up.
You won.
Yeah.
So what convinced them? Was it that you started earning from it, or was it that you went to actually school and get a degree in dancing or in it? So, like, because parents care about there's no way you're gonna get a job. And then they care about, you didn't go to school. But, like, now, like, you get them, because we all get jobs to make money, and that's your job. That's where you get your money. And then they care about, like, school. Like, you went to school and got a bachelor's degree for that. So what was the acceptance point? When did they fully accept it?
First of all, the journey to acceptance. For them to accept my, or what I'll call them, dreams, I think it was my character. Because I was a legit rebel. Like, but you get, like, in fact, like, especially like for my dad's side, it's like my dad is like, but you're a girl. Like, like they expect you to be in those vibes. And me, I had those, what can I say? I feel like it's my character, my endurance, my strong will. Because for me, you tell me something and it would just go through the other ear. If it's not resonating with my soul, it was not like. So for them, I think that, because that strong will that I had propelled me to actually do the dance degree, to actually do other things that other dancers have not done before. Because I'm sure we have done some things that at least we have left a mark, So I think when they saw me actually achieving these things, they were like, okay, it's not that bad, actually. It's not that bad. But first, it's the character, character, like, and by the way, that character thing. Yeah, you stick to your guns, like, kulemedako, exactly. Yeah. That's me.
Right. Sometimes we need a little bit of that. And actually, I think some of our parents, they just test us to see how strong we are. So they'll try to, like, push you, like, no, you won't do that. But when they see that you're really determined to it, sometimes they have really no options. Like, hey, and when you prove them wrong, like, hey, this is what you think, but this is what actually it is. And then they really don't have anything else.
Exactly.
You touched on Awilo Longomba and you went to Sierra Leone for his concert?
Yeah, Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone, Rwanda, Man, the Awilo Longomba thing up to now, for me,
Yeah. How was that experience like? Tell us about it, yeah.
Even up to now, like, I'll be like, Awilo, what the hell is going on? He's like, brother, you need to get with the program now. You cannot still be starstruck. And I'm like, I will never not be so starstruck. Like, what the? You get? You know, my mom, she's like, so you mean, how was the show? So you mean you be chilling with Awilo? I'm like, duh. Even I cannot believe. Like, it's so weird. Like, this is a guy, and he told us his story because he released Kupebi Bamba in 1991. I was born in 1991. What is that nonsense? Now I'm here traveling with this man. We are dancing this song.
Yeah.
Why me? Because I'm not the best dancer in the whole Africa. But why us? Exactly. Yeah. That's that question mark.
So how did you get this connection to Awilo? How did you get the connection to connect to him?
Actually, Awilo, we did a dance video on YouTube, and then we posted on Instagram. He shared it. Then, guess what? He came to Kampala for a show. Then, guess what? He called up Eddie Kenzo, his buddy, like, yo. I need some cool dancers for the show, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Eddie Kenzo has Kathy Patra's number. And so, then, obviously, and then they meet and he's like, but you're the girls on Instagram. He's like, perfect, actually. Perfect. So let's just continue. That's how we got there.
That is amazing. And that's what I usually remind people, like connections. Sometimes like connections
Networks.
Take you a long way.
Exactly. Very important.
I think it's through connections that you're here on this podcast because Kathy connected me to you. And actually, I've interviewed a few dancers from Uganda, like Dance Mamweta, Iwel, and Jolden.
Jolden, yeah.
And I think it was Iwel that was telling me her story, and it had to do with you, how you guys formed. They were watching you guys on YouTube, and like you had a dance class that they attended to, and you have actually, through you, not even just making money, but you've motivated or encouraged other dancers in Uganda. How is that like? How does it feel for you to see other people looking up to you?
Actually, I think that's the purpose. When you have a gift, you're not supposed to die with your gift. You're supposed to share it to help trigger a spark in that person so they also live in their real true self as an artist or whoever they're supposed to be. And for me and my friends to continue that, to just pass on that light that we have and to light another person's light, that's enough. And I feel like that's what artists are supposed to do. Yeah. And for me, I feel...
Yeah, I agree.
I just feel honored, honestly, because the girls are doing so well. It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you see that, it's like you're happy to see other people doing well. And but some people there's other people who just see it as a competition when see another dancer.
I know, right?
That one dances better than me.
Can you imagine? Exactly.
But I like that's the mindset I have, like collaboration over competition.
Exactly.
Like you collaborate with other dancers and just uplift them.
I feel like people have too much ego and they're just worried about like their own existence yet they don't know that if you coexist with someone, it's going to even be better. You know? Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to the Awilo part because I know he came to Kampala. Was it last year or earlier this year?
Yes, actually that was last year. He came for a private event for I think Ambassador Chirumira's event. Then he came later for the Afrigo band. Yeah.
Okay. And you were part of it. I think it was you, Kathy. Who else was dancing with you?
Sonia and Rita Dancehall.
Rita Dancehall and Sonia.
Yes.
Okay. How was that? How did that go? And how do you like? I don't know if you've collaborated with any of those that you had on the same day, but like, how do you guys come up with different dancers and then you come up with a dance and you're able to dance with all these different dancers that do different styles and then dance for Awilo?
So with Awilo, it's like Awilo, I mean, he's been touring the world for like more than 33 years. So there are some choreographies or dances that he has on particular songs. So actually he taught us some of those dances, and then he encourages us to incorporate our own style so that it kind of has a unique, you know. And then of course when we meet like other dancers like Rita Dancehall, and we just teach each other, and it's like, how do you also do that thing you're doing on your laptop, you know?
That's a good question.
Exactly.
You were answering it, and I was like, actually, I don't know if that was a good question or it's just the same way you do something,
Exactly.
it's the same way other people can do it. You know,
Exactly.
it's just automatic. But that's crazy because when people looked at dancers back in the day, nobody knew that dancers could actually make like a lot of money or dancers could earn something from dance because they just looked at it as a hobby, like that's something somebody do or something like that. How have you guys been able to transform that to be like a career? Because when we were going in school, you wouldn't tell anyone, I'm going to school to become a dancer or I'm going to school to do this. The parents wanted doctor, the whatever, pilot, surgeon, everywhere with you. How have you guys transformed dance to be like a career now that people are actually earning good money from it?
You know, let me just take you back to something you said about like how your parents don't want you to be a dancer, or like at school they don't want you to like. But guess what? You know, at those MDD competitions, they bring dance teachers to teach you the dance. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
so those dance teachers, who hired them and where did they get you get? So I don't understand. But anyway, first of all, in our setting, like African setting, dance is for the community. It's part of our heritage. So it's like, how can you earn from eating? Because eating is normal. It's something that a human being does. So how can you tell your parents that now you're going to earn from dancing? Dancing is, it's like the thing that we do. But me, I feel like if you have something, an idea, you just have to know how to monetize it. It's all about creatively packaging yourself to stand out from the masses. And I feel like when you have a passion for something, that thing that is in you is already unique on its own. Because as a human, you're already unique anyway. So I feel like that thing is the one that helps people to stand out and do things that are, you see how the obsessions were? What they did, no one, even if someone tried, you could tell like, hey, these people are copying obsessions. Because they had that thing that was unique to them. And then now you see like the new eras of the dance marmoters, they're also different in their own way. There is not like, oh, we like from, you know, exactly. So I feel like that unique thing is what like has helped people to stand out in the career, whatever. But with the career, I feel like, if when change comes and you don't want to change, change will change you. Because right now, with the whole social media craze and everything, I feel like people are adapting with the what? Like moving with the flow. And so obviously some careers have died out, others have become more distinct, others have germinated, others have been, you know. So I feel like, yeah. And then with the parents, I feel like artists have just realized who the hell they are. You get like, they are, first of all, you know, as an artist, you're not a follower. You're supposed to set standards that followers. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like artists now are they're living in their true self, and that is the most important thing. And when you live in your true self, everything just flows.
I think now, even in this generation, like parents now know that this generation is different, things are different. Because like, and parents now are looking at kids' talents to earn from them. Like, look at those ghetto kids. They're going out there. I mean, they still go to school, like they're everywhere, you know?
Actually, for the ghetto kids, it's so... This is where now logic does not apply, because when the ghetto kids were the ghetto kids, when they met with French Montana and their life was exploding out of the normal, I was graduating from Makerere. These people have not, now me who has a degree, I was not in a space where they were. So it's like, what is that? But for them, they're in that space that actually you're dreaming to be in, just because what? So, you know, I feel like that is another special thing. That's another special thing about talented people. Your talent can push you anywhere. You might not even speak English, but you'll just be in that space to just present what you are, you know? Yeah.
Exactly. And the other thing I mentioned, I had Chitaka here on the podcast, Elijah Chitaka. And I like when I talk to artists to bring in dancers, because can you imagine watching? Okay, we'll have two music videos playing. One is just the artist singing with his microphone, and then the other one is an artist with dancers.
With the dancers.
And see the impact of dancers in a music video. Like some people ignore that. Like you can have a good voice, you can have like whatever, but the addition of dancers in your video puts it to another level, and that's why. Can you talk about that and like how people don't think about that?
That's why it's important as an artist. You're dressing yourself up, you're looking so cool, but your dancers, you've not dressed them up to the level that you're looking yet. You have come with them as a package. Now you're on stage, your outfit is so there. And then like, actually, it speaks a lot about you even as an individual. It means you're selfish, first of all, because why would you dress yourself like that and then not dress your team the same way? So it goes back to artists need to value their, how can I say, what they're selling. You know, like if you have your dancers, dress them up, hire good makeup artists, let them do their hair, nice shoes, you know, because it's the whole package, the video and everything. Yeah. So, and also it goes back to stakeholders recognizing the art. Like Club Music Video Awards recognized choreography in music videos. But I don't see these award shows recognizing dance artists. True. I don't know why yet. The opening of the award show has dancers. Every artist performing has dancers. Outside the Mikola starting with the ushers, they are dancers. The whole event has dancers, but they're not recognizing the dancers. So it's like, what's going on? You guys, you're funny. Like seriously. But you know what's funny? You guys are not recognizing us. Guess what? The Western world where all of you are trying to get to, the dancers are going there. Actually, in places that you'll only dream of. Now, the Masaka Kids just performed Barcelona. Where? Like in the Barcelona thing, yeah. And I mean, yeah, so if people don't recognize you, it's their loss, but
no, that's
the talent will
artists should remember that. And even not only artists, but you mentioned something really good, like when people put up awards, you never see choreographers, like dancers included. But that's a good point, like even on their event where they're going to give awards.
Actually, I meant the dancers are there, but like they don't, like they're giving out best Smanya producer, best stylist. But yet, actually, sometimes even the dancers are wearing the most interesting outfit of the stylist, but they've awarded the stylist, not awarded the dancer. And guess what? Some of these songs have like a signature dance moves. Like when that song comes on, you have to do "I'm not available." So you know that stuff, but they don't award that. Literally, like dance has even become sign language now.
And whether they like it or not, it's going to change. Because look at all the dancers that are out there now. Like, they're taking Uganda by storm.
Hey, actually, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Whether they want to or not, they'll have to
because
get to the
even think about
anyway.
The artists are reaching out to, hey, can you do a challenge for my song? So because they want it to go viral on TikTok.
Actually, can you imagine when an artist releases a song, he has a budget for that song, like media tour or what? People now have budgets for TikTok, Instagram, dance influencers. Like it is a must. Now, can you imagine? What a time to be alive.
So
that's so funny.
So do you still like fully engage? I know you have other businesses which we're gonna talk about later on, but like do you fully still do dance full time? Do you still do gigs? Where are you at now?
Gigs. Anyway, so of course, you see now this dance thing, like, especially like for females, there's a cycle, right? So, and then like when the cycle is changing, there's an influx because there's like people are entering, others are stuck, but a good dancer knows when to leave the stage, like when it's time up, you know? And for me, I feel like right now, I cannot do the things I used to do. But I have transitioned and I've evolved as a human. And I'm trying now to focus my art on another. I want to do more creative direction and more community outreach. That's what I'm focusing on with the dance thing. And I also did, I'm also now into music. I really love music. So I did a short course at Swang's Creative Academy for audio production.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such an amazing experience. Yeah, but I don't do dance like how I used to do. Like, you know how now the dance promoters are busy every weekend? That's why I don't do that anymore.
So you're semi-retired?
Yeah. But I perform on stage like okay, of course, if Awilo calls me, hey, of course I'm going to go there. I'm going to go and work here. But right now, if it's really good money, I will work. But if not, it's not that deep. because now my focus is on another.
But I think now for me, where I see you, I
Yes.
think now you're in that level of a consultant. Like people come to
Oh yeah, and actually yes. And guess what? Recently, I've been invited to different dance battles around, and I've been there as a guest judge, and I think this is and I'm honored for that opportunity to be called to give my insight on my experience to kind of help the dancers to achieve their what. So yeah, I've also been doing dance battles as a judge. Yeah,
Kathy came up a few times in our conversation. I want you to walk me through your relationship with Kathy. Like, how did you meet Kathy and how did you start working together?
Kathy. Actually, I met VC first. I think I met Kathy in 2014. She was, I think she was part of the Miracle Teen Dancers from the Miracle Center. How do I meet Kathy? But all I know, her first music video, it was Shiba Go Down Low. And then we brought Kathy and we told her you have to mash up the wupale. She's like, oh, I'm not get the wupale, church, those vibes. Kathy. That's how we meet Kathy. So, I mean, her sister was also dancing as well. Her sister was on that scene, but Kathy was a bit like, I don't know, maybe she was too shy or something. Yeah, that's how we meet Kathy. We met Kathy in 2014. And obviously like Kathy and she had our vibe. So we're like, now let's be a crew, So that's how
it's funny you said Kathy was a bit shy because I think she still is. I reached out to her to have her on the podcast talking about her, but
yeah, she still is, but at least now she's. I mean, I think sometimes you're not aware of who you are, your power. Now she's embraced her power, so yeah. But yeah, she was shy.
But yeah, I think she did very good on the Shibas. I don't know if you're part of it too. The battle with Cindy, like the choreographing the dances for Shiba's team.
Oh yeah, she's on Shiba's management team. I think Kathy is a very disciplined and principled artist. Like when it comes to managing dance artists, like if you have like a big show and you need systematic rehearsal, organization, from an artistic directive point of view, I think Kathy is perfect for that. She's very patient. She's nurturing. She's also very diplomatic. And she's very professional, like when it comes to timing. And so I think she fits the whole package.
I've never got a chance to meet her, but I'm friends with her on Instagram. And you can see like the way she does her work. It's just like professional, means business.
Yeah, I know, right? Very professional. Actually, we call her Principal Loki. She's very pro. Yeah. Principal. Yeah, she has those principal vibes,
You touched about doing a short course of audio production at Swangs. And you were the only female who went for that?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it's the only. Yeah. So again, because like for example, just say in 2011, I did I was doing bachelor's of BBA at MUBS. And obviously, I withdrew because nothing was making sense to me. So I went to Makerere. And at Makerere, I was the only one at school. So I come from a class of 1,600 students to now a class of 2, 3. Because again, the art is not, first of all, it's not something your parents would advise you to do. So the intake is low. So obviously, if Swangs has now created a space where they can also take on the challenge, I was only female there. Because again, you're not going to find people in families at home talking about you should do music production. It's something that can help you. They're telling you to do economic. I don't know this, that. So yeah, but it was a very, very, very enlightening experience. Sorry, the thingy. It was a very enlightening experience. I think Swangs is going to change. It's going to improve like the industry from that point of view because there are not so many spaces that can guide professionally.
It's funny you say that because that's something I've been saying all along. I've interviewed, I think you're maybe the 5th person that has gone through Swangs. Some of them are artists. And I keep saying that, like, when you look at Swangs, the way they do their things is professional, clean work, like organized, and try to help talent, build talent, like through videography, photography, like a lot of different ways that they're doing that. Like if our listeners see any weird thing in the editing or in the episode, just know we lost power in the middle of recording, so bear with us with whatever. So I don't know where we were on the last question, but I'm gonna move on to something else. On your Instagram bio or whatever you call it, you're an entrepreneur. You're not only a dancer. We've talked a lot about dance. The first 40 minutes was all full of dance, but you're an entrepreneur, and seeing your life, even from the conversation we've had so far, was you were talking about different things you've done. You went to school for it, you try to do this, and then when somebody sees and you have other ventures, in Uganda, you can't feed off one thing. So you have to tap from different sources.
Exactly.
So
true.
You are a nail technician, nails, Angela.
Yes, I can do nails. I can even also style hair.
Okay.
Like I can plait, I can do nails. Yeah.
So is that a side business you have on top of your dance career?
Actually, the salon, how it started is when in 2013, I had a very weird accident that it was a sprain, but the sprain was like it just blew out of proportion. So I was in a wheelchair. Can you imagine?
Wow.
And at that time, I was doing my dance degree, so I missed out a lot on dance practicals because now I couldn't And then my mom was like, and then I had to give out all my gigs. Can you imagine? I had to call someone, so like, oh, you need to now replace me here because now I can't. So my mom was like, are you seeing that now you have become physically impaired and everything has come to a standstill? So she opened my eyes and she's like, maybe you should actually look into something on the side. When you're not dancing, you can actually, something that's still in line with your interests. And yeah, so that's how the mirrors came about. I co-own with my sisters.
Okay.
My sister is the head stylist. She's called Samantha Okulo. And then Emma Okulo is the makeup artist.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen you promoting it on WhatsApp a lot of time. And Go give her business.
Mirrors Unisex Saloon. Mirrors Unisex Saloon at Bukoto Chisasi Road, Daro Complex, level 1, room 115. Yeah.
More day. We've also talked about the dance degree that you did. Is it the same as MDD or yours was different?
And I feel like, anyway, the MDD one is a diploma.
Yeah, Bobby Wine.
The Bachelors of Arts in Dance, yes. That one. But, actually, by the time I joined, why are you laughing?
Okay.
Anyway, by the time I joined Makere, that Bachelors of Arts in Dance was actually, it was being tabled to be scraped off because no one was actually participating. The intake was so low. So now they changed it to Bachelor of Arts in Dance. Like you have to do the arts in arts and then you specialize in the dance.
Okay.
Yeah, because the intake was low. But yeah, that's what I was at Makere. But that's different from the MDD one. And the MDD one, it has music and drama. But also dance, it's actually, there are certain course units you'll end up in being in class with music students. Because like dance in West Africa, it has a lot of polyrhythmic, rhythms, and it is required for you to do music in West Africa as well. So you'll meet music students there. Okay. The same thing with drama. Yeah, so it's an interchanging, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing, now that you already said you are kind of semi-retired from dance, you still dance, but not full time.
Yeah.
Do you still have dance classes and participate and do all that?
Oh, actually, let me just, the classes, for us, the classes are on hold because the classes we are trying to, we are trying to diversify them to fit the new market because now the class concept that we were doing has been copied and pasted all over. So the market has been, subdivided. So we decided to take a break, restructure our plan, and then we shall get back. But right now, we're not doing dance classes at the moment.
The other question that I think the listeners would feel buzz, you didn't ask, what dance style do you do? And if you do a lot of them, what's your favorite one?
Actually, that's a very good question. Initially, when I started to dance, I didn't even know that I was doing hip hop. Because you just see Chris Brown on TV, you just do like a move, you're like, this is like a dumb move. But you don't know it's waving, you don't know it's locking, you don't know it's popping, you know those vibes. So anyway, styles, I feel like dance styles or dance genres. Because now me at school, I realized everything, like the classical ballet has a technique. The hot one technique has also a certain formula. And then you find in African dance, the body is allowed to exist with the existence. You see in other styles, hip hop, or it is, for example, like popping, there are certain like procedures that are supposed to be taken in that if you're in a dance battle and you do that, it's apparently wrong. And for me, I don't subscribe to that because I believe dance or art has no rules because art is free. So during my self-discovery, I realized I shine well when I do freestyle. Freestyle is more like listen to the music and allow your body to sync with what you feel. Meaning I've not programmed myself that I'm now going to do a hip hop routine. No. Even sometimes I don't know what the DJ is going to play, kind of. And I feel like as an artist, it's important to tap into your subconscious knowledge because subconscious means that is like the higher self of your art. So if you say like, okay, I'm not saying that it's bad or whatever, but like, for example, like people who are like specialized, like say if you're a salsa dancer or whatever, you keep yourself in a box. But it's okay to learn the techniques and everything. But for me, I believe like you can learn the techniques and expound on them so that you customize with your own feeling because that uniqueness is very key. For me, like you said, and let me just answer your question, my favorite styles. I love dancehall. Okay. I really, really love dancehall. Then ever since I finished my school introduced me to the concept of how important our culture dances are and how everything comes from there. So I also am very interested now in like traditional Ugandan dances as well. Wow. And and I also love anything that is African, Afrocentric, I really, really love. Yeah, I feel like, anyway, it's another story for another day, but anything that's Afrocentric, I'm attached to.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And I cannot dance to save my life. I only have one dance move that I hit. When we go out, I hit that one dance move for 25 seconds and I'm done.
Yeah, everyone can dance. If you can walk, you can dance.
Yeah.
Like dance is so chill. But people want to make life hard.
You have something, I read it on, I think it was on Instagram or somewhere, philosophical junkie. What do you mean by that when you say philosophical junkie?
First of all, just because the word junkie, people think that, oh my gosh, she's a junkie. No, nigga, I'm not a junkie. Okay. Anyway, sorry for my friend. But yeah, you put a beep for that part. But anyway, whatever. So guess what? Apparently, philosophy is about how, why, what, where, when. Philosophy is just like interest of how things exist.
Damn.
But actually, if you go back and check, I recently changed it to metaphysical junkie. Because I realized philosophy has been created to what? To fit the imperialistic interest. So some things have been hidden out. But anyway, the philosophical one, something happened to me. So I started to just, I was interested with why am I where I am? Why am I who I am? And why are things called the things that they are called? Why is Monday called Monday? Why isn't Monday called Choo-Choo? What you get? Like, what? It's like, yeah, like, who said Monday should be called Monday? Or like, what? Like, yeah, so that's how I started to question the questions and the question, So it's an ever-ending loop that led me to now realize I'm a metaphysical junkie. I went from saving memes to saving PDFs. Can you imagine?
No, that's good. That's good curiosity. I like that because when I saw it, it caught my attention. I was like, I need to hear about it. But it's interesting. And when you say like, why is Monday called Monday? It's a question. It's a question, and like those are fun to answer.
Man.
Anyway, before somebody steps on the wire again, I'm gonna try to wrap this thing up. But that's the one thing I'm gonna end up with. You have this thing that says mindset is 90% of
is 90% of the battle.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, you are very, I don't know. I think if you are a stalker in real life, my friend, you are really keen on you're keen on details. Like, it's weird. Like, you're getting, yo, let me tell you. Anyway, it's very interesting to pick on those things.
Yeah.
Because those are the things that have the codes in them.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
I appreciate
exactly.
that.
So anyway, yeah. So anyway, just to answer you, mindset is 90%. What? Mindset is 90% of the battle.
Yeah.
So the mind, the body will do what the mind has been programmed to what? Everything starts in the mind. Mm-hmm. So if you think that your nose is too big, trust me, even when your nose is not big, but your mind, you keep telling your mind that your nose is big, you're going to be feeling like your nose is big. Mm-hmm. If you're in a low vibrational space and you retune your mind to a different frequency, trust me, your body will move with your mind's. So mindset is 90% of the battle, but people don't even realize it's not your feet. Mm-hmm. Your feet are not stopping you. It's not your stomach. It's your mindset.
That's true.
Even if you were sick. Anyway, that's now too deep. But yeah, it's mindset.
Yeah.
Like mindset, seriously. Mindset is something that people like really underestimate. That's why even at school, the mind is treated very...
Yeah.
Everything starts from the mind. If you see like,
I think I relate with what you're saying. And sometimes whatever we have in the head is going to affect how we look at things, how we think, and whatever we're going through. So... Right. One question I'm going to end with, and not actually end with, but I ask everybody I host on the podcast this question. It's become a topic lately in Uganda, and a lot of people give their own takes on it. So I had this question around like about girls asking guys for transport money and girls being entitled to getting money from guys. What do you look at that situation like in a relationship? You're dating somebody. When do you ask them money? When do you expect them to give you money?
I feel like, first of all, people are living in a bubble. People are not on the ground. Like, people watch too much TV, too much people are spending too much time on Instagram. If they can talk to their mothers and fathers and ask them how they were meeting, they'll live and laugh. Like, if you know how your dad and your mom got together, like, do you really think you will be asking that guy for transport money? I must even transport money anyway. Like what is that? Like what? For me, I feel like society is a time bomb in itself. Because it first of all, it marinates certain concepts, and then like the concept actually like really becomes a thing, and people like adapt to it. And then of course media, there are these like reality shows we see, and of course like people's role models are actually like embracing these concepts. I don't know where they get them from. I think it depends on for you. Why don't you give the guy transport money? Okay.
That's a good question.
Also, it's like, it's transport money. What the hell?
Over upkeep.
I feel like I feel like those things have to come from the guy. Like, he needs to give free will, obviously. And it's like, people are very strange because it's like, if people go back in their own family units, you don't have to look very far. Just look in your own space. You can't even be thinking your father is paying for things, yet it's your mom actually paying, and your dad is posing as if he's paying. But it's your mom with the income, but you're not going to be told those things. Because even our parents don't talk about those things. They have to show that the money is macho and everything. But if you go in the nitty-gritties, like you realize your mom is unholding this what?
House.
But she's not going to be like, hey, no, but now, actually that topic is deeper than rap. That topic is deeper than rap.
Yeah.
Because if you look at, actually, it's very funny because you see, I've noticed like girls, like the way they portray the way they portray themselves on social media, and then unfortunately a girl dies, and then you go to the burial ground and see like where she comes from. It's not corresponding with like what she was showing people, right? And people forget that you're going to die one day. Hey, and people are going to go to bury you. Of course, the media is coming too. Guess what? The media is going to come too. Wait, even your casket is bulala. Like, I think people need to, anyway, the pressure is too much. That's all I know. But I also think it's important as females to have your own money. It's so liberating. It's so, people should like just, and people should stop doing what other people are doing. people need to look into themselves and live with what's comfortable for them rather than trying to, also sometimes just because your friend, her boyfriend is giving her money, now for you land on a man, the man is not giving you money, you don't even know how to start, but because your friend is like, so it's like the pressure is real actually. The pressure is really real, but I think people should relax. It's not that deep because we're still going to die. Everyone is going to die. Guess what? Can you imagine?
Anyway.
That's a common denominator.
Yeah. We're all going to die. It's been amazing having a conversation with you, and I enjoyed talking to you, asking you all these questions, and getting to know a little bit about you, and maybe your fans, the listeners out there, will get to know some of the things they didn't know about you. But I have 3 questions that I usually ask my guests before I let them go. What has been a life lesson you've learned in life to this point?
First of all, I realized that self-mastery is so important. Emotional intelligence is the highest form of what? It's the highest form of power that we need to attach, we need to hold on to. Not these things of, because you can have a job, you can lose it because you're not emotionally intelligent. You can lose your relationship because, self-mastery, mastering yourself and not allowing things to pull out certain reactions from you. Mm-hmm. That's something that has really, humbled me, self-mastery. But in the deep, it means you have to go and look into yourself and shake hands with your demons, Mm-hmm. You don't fight them. You shake hands with them and become friends with them type of vibes. That's how you can coexist with them. That's how you can, if you want to coexist with the demons, you cannot fight them. Mm-hmm. You have to shake their hands. If you come to me, if I was your enemy, and you still want to fight me, of course I'll fight you. But if you come and try to make peace, I'll be peaceful now with you.
Mm-hmm. What gets you excited about life?
Music, really, honestly. Mm-hmm. Just music. I feel like music is deeper than what we know.
Yeah.
Food and everything, but there's no way like music, man.
Yeah. Music hits.
Music, yeah.
I love music, yeah. I think music is 90% of my life.
Music, actually, yeah.
Yeah. So, the final question, this is a signature question on the podcast. Who would you like to see on this podcast next as a guest? And you're going to help me to get the person on the podcast.
Is it? I see what you're doing.
Hey.
That's dope. Hey. That's a dope one. So you have people working for you. And okay, I see that. Okay, I see you. So you don't. Okay. Also, Kathy, is that what Kathy did?
Kathy told me she can't come on the podcast, but she knows somebody who.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Okay, let me see. Who should come next on the podcast? Let me see. Who should come next? Just give me some time. Let me see who should come next. And you said I'm supposed to help you get that person on.
Yeah. You connect me if I don't know the person. No? You connect me.
I connect you to them.
Yeah.
Let me see. About who? It has to be someone who is silly. Okay, not okay. Well, let me see. About who? Let me see. I think you need to. Okay, wait, no, that's too much. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I think you need to host Denzel. He's a very, very interesting character.
Yeah. Actually, he's the one who was hosting your guys' Hotsteps, isn't it? He hosted your Hotsteps.
Yeah, and he used to call himself Sunshine, and every time I meet him, I joke about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you need to host Denzel. That's so funny.
All right, Denzel.
Yeah, he's such an interesting character, and the way he has evolved.
Yeah.
He has evolved now from the time from the DJ thing and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's quite someone.
Yeah.
You need to.
Let's do it. Denzel,
need to call him.
We need to have you on the podcast, and Rosemary, you're going to help me find him, and then we bring him here.
Yeah.
Kali, Rosemary, thank you very much.
Yes.
I appreciate your time. Yeah, the Watu Seleti, I still appreciate that you still made it. We'll take it.
Yeah, oh my God, it took a lot of mental gymnastics, by the way. Low key. Just know it's different than rap by ear.
I'm happy. I'm happy you actually reached out to me. I'd give it, and I think she forgot about me, or I feel like she doesn't want to.
Let me tell you, I was having it was haunting me. It was haunting my spirit.
Yeah.
I just had to because I was just every time I'd be like, that thing. It was here, guys. When I put it, I had to just release it.
Yeah.
Now at least I feel like this, I've done it, and I feel like I'm proud of myself because I know the mental battle it took for me to actually,
I appreciate that.
Present myself.
I really do appreciate that, and I'm thankful. So let's stay connected. We'll get these clips when Dan sends them to me, put the episode together, put it out so the world can hear the wisdom you've shared with us today.
Vibes. Thank you. Chibuka. Bye. But now,
Kulumbe.
Wait, that's the nigga with the trigger, that name. You get just me.
Hey there, my name is Bonnie Chibuka, the podcast host of the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave a feedback on this podcast, so that's how we grow. Thank you very much and be blessed.